All right, what's up, guys? Back at it again with another episode of No Limits Garage. Today we're going to be working on the LS400, and today is when things start getting pretty serious. So we got the Eurolines all put together, all sealed up, some nice thick meats on it. So this is a 12.5 wide with a 275, 35, 19 on it, and it's still got that good stretch. So today, what we're gonna be doing is peeling the wrap off the quarter panel, the fenders. I already started, I pulled the wrap off this fender. I did this the other night at the meet. But we're gonna go ahead and start cutting and peeling the wrap off and cutting it up. So for those of you curious, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of the car. It's a 1998 Lexus LS400, currently sitting on D2 coils with C2B airbag conversions, where you take the spring off and put the bag on the coilover. Banners, stickers, and the most crazy piece of the whole car is this custom wing that I fabbed up myself. Everything I did myself, end plates I made the uprights for it. This is just like one of the just a traditional like eBay style wing deck. But everything else I custom fabbed myself. Interior's pretty stock. The only thing I got going on is I deleted the wood, quick release steering wheel, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get into things. So we're gonna start off by pulling the rear wheels off, so I can go ahead and put the new rears on the rear. See what things are starting to look like. We'll do the same for the front. Pull the front wheels off, put these on the front, and get the test fitting. I know it's not gonna clear, but we'll see what we gotta cut and we'll go from there. So as you can see, currently I'm aired out as low as I can go before the weight of the vehicle actually starts to sit on the tire. But if you look at this, man, that looks good. I plan on throwing another degree or two of camber at it. I don't want a whole lot of camber. I want it to be subtle, look good, have decent camber, but not be some crazy cambered out stance car. I want it to still ride good, still look good, and still be an enjoyable car to drive. But as for the fronts, we took the rears off the back and put them on the fronts, and they're tucking. So what the plan is here is to either order new lips or spacers just for now to get it where I need to, and then I'll order the lips to rebuild them. But we're gonna go ahead and start with the rear. I know the fronts are probably a whole lot easier to start the wide body on, but we're gonna go ahead and start with the rears. I'm gonna go ahead and peel the wrap off and get cutting and start getting ready to get this thing to a full aired out. See how much I gotta cut, air out, cut, air out, cut, air out, and eventually we'll get to where I need to be to get this thing to sit how I want it to. It's been so long since I've seen this car silver. Like, I mean, yeah, every once in a while I'll see it like in the door jams, but like it's been so long since I've seen this paint. So now that we've got the wrap peeled off, I want to keep, whenever I cut, do the radius. I'm going to try and cut and save this piece of metal just because I like that sticker, and same on the other side. But now that we've got the wrap off, we can go ahead and mark out the line we're going to cut along. and go ahead and get to cutting. So we'll take our trusty dusty Sharpie and kind of just sorry, I got Pepper over here trying to get some affection. Got me distracted. Take our Sharpie. Go ahead and back up, fool. Hey, stop. All right, now that we got our line marked out, we'll go ahead and mask off the door and just redraw the door line on that, just so I have a template of the door line, so that when I wide body it, because I know I'm gonna have to go into the door a little bit, but I'm gonna hold off for that as long as I can and just cut what I can before I have to cut into the door. So we'll go ahead and start with that, air it out, see how it sits, and go from there. All right, so we got the first piece cut. There's no going back now. So underneath it has this weird little type brace type doolally. I'm not gonna take the whole thing off, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and grind off the pinch welds here and cut a little bit higher up so that when I fold it up and go ahead and weld it to this so that it's all nice and sealed up, this won't be in the way. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, that piece is out now. So now the next step is to jack the car back up, take the wheel back off, and start, I don't know, I might not take the wheel off, but start hammering this out till it meets with the body flush. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this edge up a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and start doing that. All right, now you can kind of see what I was talking about when I said hammer those edges up. I cut little relief cuts in it just to make it a little bit easier when hammering up. But what I've seen a lot of people do is they'll take and cut the slits all the way like way back in here, and that's way more than you need. So I just cut a couple little relief slits just to make it a little bit easier, but it's not far enough back to where when I weld it, I can cut these off and there won't be any the cuts left. This one I accidentally like hammered a little too hard and it flexed off. But now that we've got it all hammered up, at least enough to get it up out of the way when I air out, let's go ahead and air out and see what it looks like sitting on the ground. So this is it aired out. And as you can see, along the top of the tire, I pretty much got damn near perfect. The only spot that I knew was going to be the issue was right here in the door jamb. So tomorrow, I guess we start cutting some door jamb till we get it to air out and nothing touches. But it's starting to get late. I don't want to piss the neighbors off. So I'll catch you guys in the morning. All right, since you guys last seen it, the door shuts now. I still have to do a little bit more trimming here in this corner, right up here in the door jamb a little bit more. I want to go a little bit higher on the top, and then that corner right there, and then that should be the radius for the wheel to clear, and I'll test fit it after I do that. So that's what we're gonna get into. Now that we've got it trimmed and shaved down, hammered up some more, we can go ahead and set the car down. So the car is fully aired out. I believe. It might not be. Okay, now as you can see, fully aired out. It's not touching anywhere. The only part that's really touching is this right here, but it's just because it's not folded up and welded to the body yet. That'll get trimmed off, and then the rest of the way around will get trimmed off. And then we go ahead and seal everything up, weld it, and then I'll go ahead and start making the templates for the wide body. All right, now with a little bit of cardboard aided design, we've got the flare marked out, got the door flare set up, patch panel that's gonna need to go on the door, and the patch panel that's gonna need to go in the door jamb mapped out. I've already gone ahead and marked where the flare is gonna go and alignment marks on it so that I can line this back up whenever I need it. And I've already gone ahead and ground down the metal so that I can go ahead and tack weld this, and not tack weld, but weld this all the way around there so that this will sit up more flush and better so that it won't touch when I air out. So let's go ahead and do that. So some pretty good beads, some pretty bad beads, a bunch in between. But after playing with the settings a little bit, I was able to get it to where I was able to get some pretty consistent, some pretty good penetration and stuff. So now we're gonna go ahead and cut these lips off flush like I did there. And then we'll go ahead and grind some of these boogers away. Manual grinder and paint make me the welder I ain't. So let's go ahead and get into that. We've now went ahead, touched up all the little areas I had to touch up, filled in a couple seams, splits, and should weld it all the way through now. So now next step is, I've already macked up the flare, got that all masked out. So the next step is to transfer this to some sheet metal and go ahead and cut it out and start welding. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it there for this video. If you've enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, get this thing rolling. It's gonna be the second video. I should have the next video out probably this time next week. So keep an eye out for that, turn your notifications on, and peace.